So guys, few minutes before, I was just messaging my friend Yuvraj, okay? So he was telling that, bro, this time ka internship, we have to go any kind of consumer dispute redressal forums, or we'll go to any trial courts. Let us hear this court ka hearings, okay? That's what I just said him, and immediately he was like, okay, Pawan, let's go, chalo, we'll go. And what the main intention why I said him this one, because there's one important message which I want to share it with you. Few minutes before when I reached my home, there was one person who was in my house who was just repairing this one filter, okay? In this filter he was just repairing, and normally we used to call him uncle, like he has been like he normally comes for repair and all. So today he was like, Pawan, I want to become he said that he want to become an advocate, okay? I was like, hey, arey, you became already 50, you want to become an advocate? Are you literally joking? I had that intention, obviously I can't ask him formalities, no? So he's a guest also, so I was like, okay, fine. Uncle, why do you want to become an advocate at this age? I asked him, okay? So he said me a case which his family had faced, okay? I'm not going to tell the character's name and all, no, because as I'm putting this video in the public domain, it's neither good for me, neither for that particular parties also, and he doesn't want other person to know their who are the involved parties' names and all. So I'll be just symbolizing him as uncle, okay? So now he just said me the property issue which he had faced, okay? So I'll just tell a story, okay? In 1992, this uncle, okay, he bought a property of land in one of the areas in Karnataka. Just imagine, for the timing, it's in Bangalore. Okay, he bought this area in 1992, and he gave that particular land for rent. So what do? He gave that particular land for rent. And then he asked a old grandmother to stay there. He used to not take any kind of rent from her, like some grandmother, okay? One old lady, she was there. He asked him to stay. Okay, fine, nobody is there to take care of you, Chalo, you do one thing, you go stay in this house, she said. He said, but you don't pay me any rent. So she also was okay, he also was okay. But normally every month, my uncle used to take a round in that particular property, and he used to just observe. One such day, what happened? For a shock, I think it was around 2005 this incident has happened. Okay, 2005, when he went to the property, he was very shocked, okay? It's like group of rowdies came and occupied that land, and they chased this lady and went, okay? So he went and asked them, like, with whose permission are you staying over here? This is my land. So suddenly these rowdies, they were like really shocked, okay? They started throwing something upon him. They started abusing him in bad language. They was very vigilant form, okay? My uncle, he got really scared. He went to the police station. So immediately he went to the police station, guys, you should literally believe it. Police people are more fraud than that, okay? Not all police, okay? Even though I'm putting this video in the public domain, I should tell it. Why? Because if you observe these movies like Jai Bhim and all, if you observe, you have seen the atrocities posed by the police officers, especially towards the local community people, especially the tribal community people. You people have watched it, right? So these police people were like, little more this one. They said that this property is not yours and all. Don't just come with such cases. If you have bought this property in 1990 only, this property was registered under these people. He just said, okay. So he said, okay, if you have that much problem, go bring your agreement paper. He said, okay. See, police people said that, go bring your agreement paper. So uncle was like, okay, fine. Anyway, agreement paper, no. He went and gave this to police officer. He said, okay, fine. You come after 1 month. He said, okay. 1 month. My uncle didn't understand. Obviously, during 2005, he was not that much educated also. So, and he was like, okay, fine. Then he said, okay, chalo, I'll come after this one. So what did this police officer do? That original document, he gave the document, he gave to the other parties. Alright, so that rowdies had a very close connection with this police, okay? They gave that original document to this police parties. And what happened? After 1 month, when uncle asked of police people, they're like, what agreement paper? We don't have any agreement paper with us. Just don't come and irritate us. And this property does not belong to you. This property has already been registered under their name. Whose name? Those rowdies' name. So uncle was like little more shocked. He's like, no sir, this is not the same scenario. Please, what you have done is wrong, okay? The police people started becoming a little more angry, okay? He said that, on what basis are you telling that we are angry or not? He said him, okay, fine then. You go stand in that particular place until I tell you, don't come out of that particular place. So he waited for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. No response from police people. They made him to wait for so long. And then he said, okay, fine. Police officer was like, okay, fine. You come tomorrow. And he was like, okay, fine, chalo. He came at next day, okay? So next day, around 9 o'clock, he got a call from the police station. Okay, he said that, fine, chalo, you come now immediately to this police station. So my uncle ran up and he reached in the police station. And there, for a shock, the police officers made him to stay in the one particular area he said then you stay there for 1 year, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. He made them to wait for something like 6 hours for waiting for one of the superior police to come, okay? So then after he came, once that superior officer came to the police station, he called this normal police officer. He called that my uncle and he's like, okay, fine. Now we sign this paper. he asked to sign this paper. Uncle was like, no, I won't sign until I read it. But still, that police officer started brutally insulting him or started hitting him, something like that. So he was forced to sign. For his shock, and then he was put into the cell. Alright, now I'll just link the dots, okay? In that same cell, there was one more person, okay? One more person, and that person was put in a charge for a criminal case, for a rape case, something. One more person was there. And now what happened? This police officer put his name, then my uncle's name, and this person's name together and said that these both have done something for a lady. That's the reason they have been accused. He made him to sign forcefully. Now, after this, they have to produce them to the court. No, that day, court was on off. So what happened? This police officer took these two people. One was that criminal who was already there in the cell, and my uncle together. They went to the judge house. And he said that, sir, these both have committed this one. He showed all the papers and all. Now, both of them have already said that they have committed this threat. Okay. So judge asked my uncle that, did you really do this or what? My uncle was very feared to tell, yaar, because, behind him, the police officer was just poking him. Don't speak anything, don't speak anything. He was like constantly nodding. At that point of time, even if you were also there, like if I was also there, we were really confused what to do, no? When my uncle had an assumption that, okay, if he felt that if I admit this particular thing, these police officers will leave me and I'll get back my property. He had that kind of assumption. Even he was provided false information by these police people. And he was like, yeah, I agree for this offense, okay. So then immediately judge said, okay, 6 months you are in jail, something like that. He was immediately taken to prison. 6 months he was basically taken to prison. So during 1 or 2 months, immediately his sisters, this uncle's sisters and all, they came to this one. They took him out in the name of bail and all. And after that also, when my uncle came out, he filed a complaint against this police officer. And for that rowdy, still there was no kind of justice given to him, There was no kind of any means of, there was no, even court decisions also didn't come in proper favor him, because that point of time the police officer manipulated everything. And one such day when my uncle started visiting these places, okay, one by one he started visiting his property. I said, no, which property first? The rowdies was there, no? He started visiting his property. So there, group of rowdies was there. They chased him. They started pointing out the gun, dude. He took the gun from his pocket. He's like, okay, we're going to kill you next time if you're going to come here. And these rowdies used to constantly come to this uncle's house and start making threats, okay. So this uncle was not able to face so much pressure. And then I felt so bad, yaar. Uncle felt so much pressure, and he gave that property freely to that rowdies. He said, okay, fine. He gave that to court, and he said, whoever that has asked that property, please do give it to him. That much torture they had got. Now, I want all of you to just rethink, look upon our justice system. See, I think today was the day I felt that somewhat proud that, okay, I've taken up law. Because, I think because of our actions, somebody else can get benefited, See, I think these many days, I was telling to my Yuvraj also, bro, what am I even doing in law field, law school? But the thing is that, regardless, today I felt that you're studying the subject just not for you, You're studying law for the particular reason of serving the society. And that is the main purpose of we being lawyers. And that's a very noble profession. So guys, make sure that you fight for a social cause. Make sure that you do it for the best of the society. That's very important. I hope this one message can really influence your mind and can bring a massive transformation change. So next time onwards, whenever you're studying anything in law, have that intention that you're not learning for yourself, you're learning for the society. Okay? So make sure that you bring up the essence, bring justice towards the people. The biggest happiness you get in your life is when you start serving other people. And this is a small message. I want to share it for today. Thank you. Love you all so much. Wishing you good luck and all the best. And I'll be coming up with more videos like this. And this one. And as a last word of caution, this can be a true story. This cannot be a true story because the person who has said me the story does not want to disclose the facts and all. But for the time being, this was a story which he just shared to me. I do not know how exact truth it is because I've not witnessed it. I've just heard that story. I'm just telling that story to you. Because if this story can really create an impact in I think that is the best thing. And through my words itself, he was able to understand that was something originally had happened. But yeah, still a lot of interpretation needs to be done. Chala guys, that's enough for today's day. Wish you all the best. Good luck. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.